Christmas. Where did October and November go? Wow. It's been a busy couple of months, really. You know how home gets, and did have a cracking little holiday mini break in Andalusia, around the mountains, and you'll see a separate video for that. But I'm back in the garage, so to continue where I left off, I'm looking to just. I've cut down the screen, which was hideous and big and upright and nasty, and I'm just putting a little kind of a bikini sort of screen there, if you like, just to provide a little bit of shelter for the clocks, stop all the bugs and stones and chips and stuff. But so I've picked up these headlight brackets, which did mount the spot lamp, and I've fabricated some new ones. And I went through about 12 different versions of cardboard because I've decided that flat steel is probably the best way, because it's better than my welding capabilities, which are okay, but not for fine detailed work. So having gone through that and then cut and nicely shaped these per the cardboard template, in reality, of course, by the time you get them bolted on and you bend them in the right place and all the rest of it, they don't fit. So they stick out the side here and at the bottom. And of course, I had intended to put a second bolt in, but I might not. Let's see how that goes. But I kind of get in there, and I will have to bend these to fit the shape of the screen. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I might just cut that off and it's not going to attract an awful lot of tension. It's not like it's a big tall screen that's going to flex. I'll see how it goes. They're rubber mounted anyway. I'm using the original rubber mounts, but it has got a nice, I don't know if you can see it, a nice little oh no, you can't really see it. Yeah, very subtle but nice little Moto Guzzi emblem in the middle of the screen. So I'll stick with this for the minute. And yeah, so I'm going to trim these up and see how we go from there. I've taken these brackets and I figured that the way that was angled, this kind of brings it forward, which is good, but this was angled, was slightly too laid back and slightly too far forward, so it meant the screen was hanging over the front of the headlamp. So I've just flattened these out and taken them back about 8 or 9 mil and increased the angle more upright, because it's going to foul the clocks if I bring it back without pushing it more sort of upright. So these are getting a little bit, and there's a little bit of fatigue starting to on the previous fold mark, because it is quite a sort of 90-degree job, even more slightly. But these will allow me, because cardboard is so bendy and so, you know, you need 6 hands and 3 people marking. So I will get there with these brackets. These are a little bit on the thin side anyway, but that makes it easier to work with in the short term. I'll get these right. I'm going to lock that bit off as well in a minute. And once I've got it all right and all lined up, and I can use these as a template then and get some decent, I think this is 2 mil, probably 3 mil, just provide a little bit more stability. But and at that point I might increase this length bit up here so that it provides a second bolt hole through the screen and just provides a little bit more stability. Yeah, we'll see how we go, but it's all good stuff, isn't it? What else will I be doing? Christmas shopping, wrapping paper. Yeah, let's crack on. Okay, right, so I've just mounted this little screen on there. As I said, I need to make the bracket such that it provides a second. There's 2 more holes that I can drill here, and I've got the matching bolts and the rubber mounts for those. That will stop that flexing and pivoting on just that one position, which could actually cause cracking as well with vibration and wind resistance. So, but that's roughly in the right position. Really tricky to get all the angles right and the spacing so that the brackets don't hit on the back of the clocks. The clocks themselves are completely off balance shape. So you've got the analog clock on this side, which is nice and big and round and comes to a point, and the digital speedometer on that side, which is more rectangular and angles away and is much slimmer. So it's very difficult to get the screen lined up with the headlamp, the spot lamp, the clocks, the handlebars and the tank and all the rest of it. But I'm sort of there or thereabouts. Just a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see this, there is just a little bit of a gap, which is probably about 15 mil here and here. And I think I'd be inclined to just elongate these holes and just drop that down so that it's probably half of that distance, so that it's reasonably close. It just looks like it was yeah, not installed quite correctly, so I think I'll just drop that down. But I think the rest of the angles and everything else looks pretty well. Yeah, mind you, if I drop that bracket down, then this spot lamp will drop down as well. Yeah, so when now I've got a template, I need to order some more steel, and I'll use 3mm steel. And now I want to extend the bracket so that it comes up in line with this, and I can then drill through and put another rubber mount there. So I'll have four mounts, and that will stop any flexing and cracking. So generally speaking, apart from the flexing that and the fact that obviously I've got to paint all the brackets up and replace them, that's kind of given me the look that I'm kind of looking for. So not a bad afternoon's work. Right, I've replaced the brackets, cut them, and they're not finished yet, but I've bolted them on. And I've done 2 things. I've extended the bracket down so that I can put a second spot lamp on here. I just like the idea of it being asymmetric. So the original idea was that it was like kind of a raised eyebrow, and now I kind of like the idea of a second. So I'm going to interrupt the standard low beam, so that I've just got the ring, and then these will pick up the low beam sort of equivalent. I don't want to say interrupt, I might put it under a switch, so if I don't do night right driving, but if I need to, I can flick a switch and reconnect in an instant the low beam. But it's now on. I've used 3mm steel. It's probably excessive, but I didn't want this flapping around. I wanted it very, very close to the back of the clocks, and there's about a 5-7mm gap, so I don't want it vibrating and I don't want it rattling on the clocks. And there is a little bit of a gap, but I don't want it too tight, so I've still got headlamp adjustment, but it's all bolted on nice and tight. So that's definitely an improvement on the original screen. Still got plenty of things to do. Got to clean up the brackets, paint and do all the wiring, but that's kind of thing I was looking for. So I'll catch up with you next time.